What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all of you had a wonderful weekend. I didn't. You know, this weekend was pretty fucked up in a way, but I'm not gonna get into that. Anyway, let me get into this GH episode today. Um, I read an interview with Michael Easton. After reading his interview, I actually have a newfound respect for Michael Easton because I read this interview that he did with TV Guide. And it was so insightful as to what happened, his versions of Prospect Park, ABC. So I got a new respect for the guy. And some answers that I had some questions that I had were answered by Michael Easton. So I'm happy about that. Anyway, let me get into today's episode. It was a pretty wasn't boring episode, not for me. It wasn't really too boring. It was a little insightful, but not too insightful. Alexis was definitely not helpful. I'm gonna get to her in a minute. Let me talk about Spinelli. So Spinelli goes to the Jerome Art Gallery, Ava's art gallery in Manhattan, to dig up some dirt. He steps into the art gallery looking all like James Bond or Rico Suave. I was like, look at this fool. I like the suit though. I love that suit. So he starts talking to Ava's assistant. And then started asking her questions, started talking about her involvement with Franco, and then started asking her about Ava and Silas and what went wrong in their relationship. So pretty much him and the assistant were matching wits because the assistant knew that he was digging for information. So she wanted to know if he was really an assistant or an associate of Dr. Clay like he claimed he was. He said his name was Milhouse. Somebody's been watching The Simpsons, I see. So she wanted to know from him, what did he know about the situation in detail with Ava and Silas back in the day? But Spinelli clearly couldn't answer that question. I think the problem with Spinelli was he was too blunt. He was too forward with a chick that he didn't know, and he was trying to pump her for information. He was way too blunt with this lady. He wasn't that discreet, and that was the problem. Spinelli should have used discretion. Like, seriously, you got to be discreet when you're investigating somebody. You can't just ask blunt questions, and that was the problem. So anyway, the woman told him to get out or she was going to call the police. So he left. She got on the phone, called Ava, and told her that some guy named Milhouse was asking questions about her and Silas Clay. And Ava was wondering, did the assistant tell him anything? And the woman said no. So she was like, good. So anyway, Rafe and Molly, pure boredom. The only interesting part about Rafe and Molly today was that Ouija board situation. I'll get to that. So Rafe and Molly are talking, and Rafe assumed that Molly, Christina, and Sam all had the same father. But Molly told Rafe none of them had the same father, which was kind of funny because Molly kind of made Alexis sound like she was a hoe. Talking about, oh no, we all got different fathers. That would make me questioning whether or not Alexis was a fun time type of woman, back in her heyday, that she was a fun girl. So they started talking or whatever, and Rafe talking about something. How is that possible that they don't know who Sam's father is? Rafe, you went years thinking Rafe KOVICH Sr. was your father. So shut up. It is possible that you don't know who your biological parents are. Duh. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it not he talking about something, how is it possible that you don't know who your father is? Because it is possible. It's possible to not know who your bio parents are, you idiot. This kid annoys me. So, They started talking, and he said when he was at the shelter, the homeless shelter or whatever, he got a Ouija board or whatever to try to connect or whatever. Well, some people was using a Ouija board. It was a part of the board games at the shelter. So how the fuck did Molly and them just happen to have a Ouija board? So they pull out the Ouija board. He wanted to try to connect with his father, well, his stepfather, Rafe KOVICH Sr. So Rafe asked, was his father there? And the Ouija board moved and it said yes. And his father told him that he loved him. So then Molly told Rafe she had a question that she wanted to ask Rafe Sr. So she asked Rafe Sr., do he know who Sam's biological father is? And the Ouija board moved to yes. This is the crazy part. How the fuck does Rafe Sr. know who Sam's father is? How? He never even met Sam or Alexis for that matter. So how does he possibly know who her father is? How he know? Which is kind of odd for him to even know. So he spelled out J, just the letter J. And she was like, that's it? Just the letter J? So clearly her father is not the new character that's coming to the show, Derek Wells, the guy who's going to be playing Derek Wells. Apparently that's not her father because the letter starts with J. So it got to be Peter Raquel character. But I don't know what his character's name is yet. So his name must start with a J, probably James or something. So anyway, at the hospital, Alexis is talking to Sam. Sam wants to know who's her dad. Alexis looked like she was about to jump out of her skin. So Alexis starts going into this long story about how she was on Cassadine Island. She was the mistress. She was Mikos's mistress's daughter. Well, Mikos's daughter as well. Everybody knows the story. So he brought her to the boarding school to kind of hide her away from Helena. But it was another strict place. So she said it was like going from leaving one jail to go to another jail because she hated being on Cassadine Island. She hated it. It was like a prison here. So she was like the only person that she missed was Stefan. So she starts going into the story about how she snuck off campus and went to a bar. And Danny, he was so into the conversation. The baby, he was just laughing and so into the conversation. It was so funny. But anyway, she said she went to a bar. That's where she met Sam's father. He came in with a group of guys. You know, they were pretty much the bad guys. You know, they were like the bad boy type of guys. So he had wild hair. You know, he used to flip his hair or whatever. So he came up to her. They started talking. He got her a drink. It's the first time that she ever drunk anything. And the first drink went to her head. So he asked her if she needed air. She said, yeah. They went out. Long story short, they got in the backseat of his car. They had sex. She was a virgin. So he dropped her off at the school. And she said she went a while not knowing that she was pregnant. So she went to the nurse. The nurse called Mikos and Mikos came. And she's pretty sure the nurse Miko paid the nurse off. So nobody would find out about this. So he insisted Alexis give the baby up for adoption. And so she did. So Sam finally asked her who's her dad, like what's his name? And Alexis says she don't know. She never really got his name. Because she never seen him again. So she ain't got no way of contacting him. So she don't know his name. And that's why she never told Sam who her dad was, because she didn't really know who he was. Here's my problem with this storyline. They contradicted, I think RC and Frank contradicted this storyline and they rewrote it. Because everybody know Alexis, when she was talking to Diane or whenever she mentioned Sam's father, she said Sam's father was a dangerous guy. But now when she tells Sam about her father, she makes it sound like her father wasn't dangerous or he wasn't a rapist or he wasn't a killer or he wasn't that dangerous. She just said he was a bad boy. But she never said he was dangerous. She made him sound like a decent guy. But when she tells the story to Diane, she made it sound like he was she said he was a dangerous guy, but now all of a sudden she ain't saying that. That don't make any sense. I don't know. It's just a bunch of bullshit. But I can't wait for this story to unfold, because for years we've been wanting to know who her dad is, but the question is about to be answered. So as soon as he comes on the show. But Alexis knows she a down low freak. She knows she is. Please, having sex with men and you don't know their name? Come on now. But she ain't the first woman to do that, because I know plenty of bitches out here that do it. So it is what it is. I'm just saying. Sam, you should be happy. At least you know who your baby father is. You don't want to be like your mama, running around having babies out of wedlock at 16. Shame. And Alexis got her nerve walking around her snooty ass. Anyway, moving on. So Silas Clay and Ava Jerome bump into each other at the hospital. They get to talking. He accuses her of stalking him, but she says she's there to see a patient, a friend. He was wondering who, so she pointed to the thing. He saw that it was Franco. She told him about Franco or whatever. He's an artist. And Silas told her that he's a killer, after all the people that he hurt. So they start talking or whatever. I really don't even care about their conversation, to be quite honest, because it was boring. Obviously, there's some unfinished business between her and Silas Clay. Obviously. So that's when she got the phone call from her assistant. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, Sonny was with Olivia at the house in Connie, and Olivia went upstairs to pack her bags. She came back downstairs and Connie was telling her she don't have to leave, but Connie said, Olivia said she wanted to go, so she left. Max was gonna take her away. So Sonny and Connie start talking, and here's the fucked up part about Sonny. Connie tells him she figured that when she came over, she had walked in on something between Sonny and Olivia. And she was wondering, did they have some unfinished business or whatever? But Sonny said nothing. That he told her, pretty much what Sonny did was he mixed the truth with the lie. He told her they kissed a couple times. Then he told her nothing. He didn't think anything was going to happen between the two of them. Sonny, why you sitting there telling that lie? Before Connie came over, you and Olivia was kissing. Y'all was about to go upstairs and have sex. Had Connie not came over, y'all were going to have sex, and y'all were about to become a couple, and y'all planned on telling Connie the next fucking day. Now you switching up the story. And now you acting like, oh, you all in love with Connie and you want to be with her, and Olivia is just a distant memory. This is why I don't get too excited about Sonny's romances, because they're not really romance. They're just his sex of the month is pretty much what it is. And I don't like the way he dogged Olivia out. He should have stood his ground and told Connie what's up. I understand she's in a fragile state of mind, but she deserves the honest truth. And you're stringing both these women along. Because he still loves Connie, but he wants to be with Olivia. And I could tell when the tears was coming down his face, he really wanted to tell her the truth, but he didn't want to because of her fragile state. Sonny need to stop bullshitting and playing games with these women. Like, seriously. So, and Connie with her little fragile ass, please, she willing to split any second. As soon as he would have told her the truth, I already know she would have split. Ugh. Crazy bitches. This storyline is so beneath Sonny. Sonny already got to deal with enough crazy bitches in his life. First his daughter, then Carly. Now you got Connie. Oh, please. That's just too much crazy for one person. So, Dante and Lulu open the door. Maxie's at the door. She has something important to tell them about the baby. Then they get a knock at the door. They thought it was Noodle Buddha, whatever. I hate that name, Noodle Buddha. Boodle, whatever. I don't care. So it was Olivia at the door. She come crying, hugging Dante with her bags, and said if the offer was still standing for her to stay there, she'd like to stay there. First question, why is she staying with Dante and Lulu? Why was she even staying with Sonny? She's around like she ain't never even been shot. So clearly she could take care of herself. So why don't she go back to her own apartment instead of living in that shoebox? Because that apartment is not that big. Where the fuck she gonna sleep on the couch? Or is that a pull-out couch? I just want to know. So anyway, they sit down and start talking. She start telling them about Sonny and Connie. And Maxie tries to take the blame for it because she kind of encouraged Connie to take Sonny back, to go back to Sonny. But Olivia reassures her it's not her fault. So, Lulu and Dante were wondering what was going on with the baby, like what Maxie had to tell him. You could tell from Dante's facial expression, he knew it was something bad. You could kind of tell by the way he was squinting his eyes and looking at Maxie. He knew something it was bad. But when she told him about Lamaze and stuff like that, Dante still kind of figured there was something she was not telling him about the baby. I could tell. Because Dante's a cop. He's very observant when he wants to be. And I could tell he was observing something. And Dante could tell that too. From what I read in the spoilers, Lulu, when the truth comes out, she's surprisingly going to be supportive of, she's going to show some sympathy towards Maxie. Dante, on the other hand, is going to be the bitch about it, which I actually, so it's going to be like a role reversal, because I could see Dante showing her sympathy, but I don't see Lou showing it. But I guess it's going to be a role reversal. I can't wait to see. So anyway, today's episode was good. Hope I'm not forgetting anybody. I doubt it, but whatever. I hope all of you have a great day. See you all tomorrow. Have a great day.